Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In our previous video tutorial we have configured a Jenkins server. Now we will continue and we will configure a Jenkins node for this Jenkins server. For doing this we will deploy a new Ubuntu VM in VirtualBox. I will configure Jenkins-01 as hostname, configure the folder location accordingly, select the ISO image, click on next. I will configure Jenkins for this VM, Jenkins user. Click install in background, next. Go until the red zone will start. 4 CPUs, 50 gigabytes. This is a summary, all good. Click on finish, and now the VM will be deployed. Okay, so we will continue after the VM will be deployed. Okay guys, so the VM has been deployed. Yeah, the VM which I want to use for configuring the Jenkins node, and practically I made the same configuration as on the Jenkins server. Yeah, I fixed the terminal issue. I added the current user Jenkins to sudoers list, enable copy paste to be bidirectional, configure static IP address, and install Java, curl, and latest Ubuntu packages. Okay, so having this VM deployed, we can move forward to configure our Jenkins node. We still have this warning here, yeah, regarding the Jenkins node, that can be a security issue if you don't have at least one Jenkins node configured to run your projects on it. Yeah, so for doing this, we have to go to manage Jenkins to configure the node. Yeah, go to nodes and click on the new node button here. The name has to be exactly the host name of our Ubuntu VM, yeah, that we want to configure as a Jenkins node. And I will choose here permanent agent, yeah, because this is the only option, and click on create. As numbers of executors, I will choose 5. Yeah, this means that from what I know, 5 builds can run in the same time on the same node. Yeah, so 5 different builds is the maximum number of builds that can run simultaneously on a node, particularly this node that I'm configuring right now. For the remote root directory, I will configure home Jenkins. For the label, I'll configure the same label as its name. For the usage, since I configured the label for this node, I will choose this second option for to build jobs with label matching this node. Yeah, we will talk about this in detail further. I will configure the launch agent by connecting it to the controller here for the launch method. And for the advanced section, I don't need to configure anything else. Yeah, we have a warning here regarding where WebSocket mode is selected. The TCP port for inbound agents must be enabled. Probably now it's not enabled. I think so because we see this warning here, but we will see further. So these are the settings for configuring the node. Click on save. We can see its status here that it's offline, so definitely it's a problem with the connection between Jenkins master and the Jenkins node. If we click on it, yeah, we have a connection problem, yeah, regarding the GNLP agent port that is disabled and agents cannot connect this way. We can click this link to go to the security configuration and change. Let's click it. And here in the agent section, besides disable, we have other two options here, fixed and random. I will choose random. Yeah. Okay. So practically, a random TCP port will be allocated for the connection when the agent tries to connect with the Jenkins master. Okay, click on apply and also on save. Great. Still offline. Our Jenkins node is still offline. Let's click on it. Now we can see that we have to give some commands depending on our operating system. Yeah. So if we have our node in Ubuntu, we have to use these two commands right here. Yeah. First one is to retrieve, to download a package from our Jenkins master because this is a Jenkins master address IP. Yeah. So it will retrieve this package, and this is a command that will use this package to create a connection, yeah, between the agent and the Jenkins master. Okay, so let's copy the first command and let's paste it in the Jenkins node terminal. Okay, okay, we can check what happened. Yeah, we have this agent.jar package downloaded here in our home directory. Yeah, okay, and let's give the second command. Okay, so seems that we still have a connection problem between our agent and the Jenkins master. It's related to the port. The port is not reachable. If we remember, in the first place, we configured the firewall on the Jenkins master. Yeah. And because of that, now we only allowed port 8080. Yeah. But this is not necessary for our Jenkins master. We don't need to create any restriction from my point of view at this stage right now. So in order to now the firewall is not helping us, the firewall which I configured in the Jenkins master. So I will disable it. Yeah. Regarding this port, I just want to say that it will be a random port. Yeah. So I can show you now uh, that it will be always a random port. I mean, you cannot be sure that the exact same port will be used for the connection. Because if we will reboot the Jenkins service, I mean, we will reboot the Jenkins server. Yeah, we will do that. Okay, so now we are restarting the Jenkins server. If we will try to create again to establish the connection between the Jenkins agent and the Jenkins server, we will see that the port is totally different. So it will never be the same. We can check the status right now. Okay, so it's already active. And let's go to the Jenkins agent and give it again the same command. It should be a different port. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a totally different port. Yeah. So okay, first thing that we have to do is to disable the firewall for our Jenkins master. Yeah. So if we check the firewall status, we will see that it is as we configured it in the beginning. Yeah. Thinking that I only have to allow this port for connections. Yeah. So there's no need to create so much restrictions. Yeah, to allow only one port for connecting connections with the Jenkins master. So I will enable it. I will disable it. Yeah. Okay. And now it's inactive. Okay. So now, of course, we can connect with the Jenkins master from our Windows host from the web browser using port 8080. Yeah, there's no problem in this because only this port was allowed until now, but now there are no restrictions. Yeah. Okay. And if we will give the same command again on the Jenkins agent, the connection should be established. Yeah, so here it is. Yeah, the connection has been established. Let's go to the Jenkins GUI. Yeah, our Jenkins node here doesn't appear anymore as offline. We don't have that warning anymore here. Yeah, so uh, everything's it's okay now. Yeah, we have successfully configured our Jenkins node. Yeah. One correction that I need to make here, it's regarding the Jenkins node. So we gave this command to start the process which will connect the master, the Jenkins server, with this Jenkins node, but this command has to be given with the end sign at the end of it. Yeah. So this is how we should give this command with the end sign at the end of the command, because this means this command will run in the background. Yeah, so there are two ways to run a command in a terminal in Linux, in the background and in the foreground. So we need this command to be running, I mean the process that will start after giving this command needs to be run in the background. So we need to give this command like this. Yeah, because running the command, the process in the background is doesn't depend on what other actions might the user make further. We can close the terminal, we can do other commands, make other commands in the terminal, but the process will still run in the background. Yeah, so this is how we need this process to run in the background. Okay, so I made this this correction for this step,
And I want to show you something else. I will also deploy a third VM, yeah, which I will configure this VM as a Jenkins node, but I won't give to this VM the user Jenkins as I configured for the Jenkins 01 VM. Yeah, I will give another user. I will configure a different user. Yeah, I will call it Jenkins-02. I will configure this location here. Okay, node 2. Select the ISO image, and this is where I'm saying that I will configure a different user. So I will configure, for example, Alex. Yeah. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you the difference between these two situations. Yeah, the first VM which we configured as a Jenkins node, we configured by default on it Jenkins username, yeah, for it, and now I want to configure a different username, yeah, and to start with this VM from scratch practically, and to see what you have to do in order to make it work. Yeah, okay. So the only difference between this VM that I will create now and the previous VM with Jenkins 01 hostname, it will be that it will have a different username configured by default. Yeah, so instead of Jenkins user, I will configure Alex user. Okay, I'll make the same configuration approximately on it. Yeah. So before deploying it, I want to shut down. Yeah, I don't think I can now. Well, I hope it will work because I already have two VMs that are running, and this will be the third which will be deployed. So I hope that the VirtualBox won't crash. Yeah. Okay, I will deploy this new VM, and we will continue further with its configuration to see how we can configure it the same as a Jenkins node, and what will be the difference between Jenkins 01 node and this Jenkins 02 node in terms of configuration. Yeah, we will continue further after the VM will be deployed. Okay, now, so the new VM has been deployed. Yeah, so we have deployed the Jenkins -02 VM, and we want to configure it as a Jenkins node. Yeah, but we configured for it a different user. Yeah, we have configured the different default user, Alex. So we don't have Jenkins user configured on it as we configured on the first node. So let's see and try to configure this VM as a Jenkins node and see what happens. Yeah, so we can go here in the Jenkins dashboard to nodes and click on new node. We can write the name Jenkins-02 here, permanent agent. Okay, for executors, home Jenkins. For the remote root directory, let's configure a label Jenkins-02 only build jobs with label expressions matching this node, launch agent by connecting it to the controller, use WebSocket, and this is it. Click on save. As you can see here, we can see that Jenkins Z-02 is offline. If we click on it, we need to give these two commands here. One for downloading the jar agent file. Okay, so let's see what happens now. We are logged in as Alex, yeah, with this user. Okay, so the package has been downloaded. Let's give the second command. Okay, I can give this command directly with the & sign at the end, because we need to, for this process that will start to run in the background. And it seems that we have an error. Yeah, we have an exception that we have access denied in home Jenkins. Okay, so this is because we don't have Jenkins user configured on this VM. Jenkins user doesn't exist. Yeah, so we need to create this Jenkins user first. I will log in as root again. Okay, and this is a command, add user. Yeah, there is a typo there. Again. Okay, so let's configure a password for it. Okay, new type of password. Okay, here I will give some values, doesn't matter. Okay, yes. Okay, now we need to log in with this, but first we need to add Jenkins. Before logging in with the Jenkins user, we have to add this Jenkins user to the sudoers list. Yeah, I will log in again with root. Yeah, this is the same as we did with the Alex user. We have to add it here in the sudoers list. Yeah. Okay. So nothing special until now. Okay. Checking if there is no typo. Everything is okay. Okay, and now let's log in with Jenkins user. Yeah. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't log in. Let's check again let's check again the sudo's file. saved it correctly. No, it is saved. So maybe a tab here, I don't know. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, I think it was something related to that sudo file. I hit a tab between the Jenkins username and the configuration for it, and hit backspace again, and I saved again the file, and now it seems it's working to log in with Jenkins. Okay, so let's see what do we have in the Jenkins home directory here. Yeah, so we don't have anything. Yeah, so that means that when we downloaded the jar file earlier, we were logged in with Alex user, so we downloaded the jar file in the Alex user's home directory. Yeah, so that's why we cannot see it here. So if we log in with Alex again, yeah, still in the home Alex home directory, and we will see that we have the agent.jar package downloaded. So we download it in the Alex user's home directory. Okay, so we need to do the same thing but for the Jenkins user again. Yeah, because in the Jenkins user's home directory we need to download this agent.jar file. Okay, let's give the command, the first command, which will download the package. Okay, and the second command, which I will modify it to be with the n sign at the end in order to run in the background. Yeah, so it's working now. Yeah, so if you have a VM with a random username, yeah, configured, and you don't have that Jenkins user configured on it, you just need to create that user, yeah, and make all these actions to retrieve, to download that agent jar file, and the second command to make them while you are logged in with Jenkins user. Yeah, because each user has its own home directory. Yeah, so in order for the master controller to connect with the Jenkins node, we need for the Jenkins user to have access rights on the VM, yeah, on the Jenkins node, yeah, because the Jenkins user will do all the actions. Okay, so this is what I wanted to add you to show you, to see the difference between a VM where we configured by default with the Jenkins user when we deployed it, and another VM where we configured another user on it as default, different than Jenkins, and after that we configured the Jenkins users especially to configure it, this VM, to configure it as a Jenkins node. Yeah. So I hope you like my tutorial, and in the next tutorial we will continue and we will configure a Git server. So if you liked my video tutorial, don't be shy, uh, and click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you liked it. Yeah, thank you.